Are you ready? All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Power Up morning meeting with our wonderful group of entrepreneurs and friends. We're here to network, build, and grow our business and motivate each other, not just on a personal level, but also on, not just on a business level, but also on a personal level. We're here to grow together and network. My name is Amanda Tolve. I'm the official public spokesperson here at Phoenix National Network. And today I want to welcome all of our members. It looks like we have a few of us here today and any extra guests that are joining us. And then I'm going to give it over to Ricky to explain a little bit more about our group, the PNN.
Good morning, everybody. Richard.ciuzio here. I want to thank you for coming on and joining the Phoenix National Network today. Here at the Phoenix National Network, we welcome you to join our revolutionary media production and digital marketing company that is taking the world by storm. Supported by local entrepreneurs, we bring you captivating content through our cutting-edge podcasting platform and influential presence on social media giants such as Amazon, Roku, Fire TV, Spotify, iHeartRadio, et cetera, et cetera. So with our dynamic team of creative minds, we're going to help you showcase your brand like never before. All right. So whether you're a budding entrepreneur or an established business, our personalized app is going to give you the power to connect with your audience and skyrocket your reach. So please don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to be a part of our game-changing network. Embrace the future of media production and digital marketing with Phoenix National Network. Join us today. Watch your business soar.
Yes. Thank you, Ricky. And we'll go over to, Whitney just came. Hi, Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
What's on today's agenda? So first, each person is going to be able to introduce themselves, let us know a little bit about themselves, what they do, and how we can get each other some business. The next thing is what's coming up or what's new, which I'm not sure if we have anything today, but Kim will let us know about that. And then we'll have the spotlight, which today I'm the guest speaker, so you'll get to hear a little bit more from me. And my name is Amanda Tolve, and I'm the real estate agent of the group. And then we will have some words of encouragement. So we'll have a quote and we will speak about it. So to give us a little bit more motivation. So let's get right into the good stuff. I'll actually start with myself just because I'm going to be talking more later, but I am the residential realtor in the group. And my job is to figure out what my specific clients' needs and wants are out of their transaction. Every transaction is different, whether you're buying or selling your home. That is my focus. So I'm not going to talk too much because we'll be going more into that later. And then Kim, if you want to let us know a little bit about you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Kim DiGiacomo, KMD Associates. I am known as the Money Multiplier. So through financial education initiatives, I empower others with the knowledge and tools necessary to make informed decisions and achieve their financial goals. My expertise spans debt elimination, alternate wealth strategies, tax savings, cost reduction, and financial education, making me a valuable resource in the realm of financial management and wealth creation. We teach you how to make your money work harder so you don't have to. Reach out to us today and see how we can help you out.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Let's hear from Melinda.
Good morning, everybody. This is Melinda Brown. I am in travel, so I do own a full service online travel agency, and I can send anyone from anywhere to anywhere to do anything. However, in my business, I really primarily focus on working with individuals and businesses to help them to be able to take advantage of the benefits of the travel industry so they can learn how to travel better for less. And
Nice.
You can reach me at meetmelindabrown.com/PNN.
Perfect. And winter is coming. So, I mean, it's only fall, but winter's coming. So you should plan for that.
For sure.
Ricky, let's hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. Richard.ciuzio here, Senior Loan Officer with Hudson United Mortgage. I'm licensed in the tri-state area and in Florida. Do you know what an FHA and mandatory FHA? I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you.
Mandatory clause?
No, not the FHA mandatory clause, the FHA self-sufficiency test. Do you know what that is when you're purchasing a multifamily 3 or 4 unit home? These are some of the questions that or obstacles that I help navigate borrowers through. If the property is not self-sufficient for FHA purposes, it's not going to pass FHA test. So if you want to know more information, please let me know. You can always give me a call, find out where we're at in the market. A lot of things are happening, especially with the conflict going on in the Middle East. So if you want to see how the market's doing, please give me a call. You can reach me at area code 321-634-2552. And remember, when here at Hudson United Mortgage, when they're saying no, we're saying yes.
Yes. And let's hear from Whitney next.
Hi, good morning. I'm Whitney Kobrin, and as a dating and relationship expert, I help singles who are looking for that authentic, healthy relationship to successfully navigate the world of modern dating, because it can be very confusing and frustrating out there. So I will show them the way and hold their hand through the process so that they can get to that end result of being in the relationship that they want.
Also another good one for this time of year because the holidays are coming up, you know. And let's see, did I get everybody? I think I did.
What about Phil?
Well, Phil, I don't know if he's feeling well today. Phil, do you want to? I think no. Yeah, let's get Kim to let us know if there's anything new or happening. If not, we can get into
So
how to
yeah,
become.
right now there's nothing coming up at the moment, but stay tuned because we do have some great stuff that we're gonna share. So just stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to talk about now is how to become a partner, how to become part of this amazing group with all these amazing people and entrepreneurs. So we want you to be prepared to meet these membership requirements we might have. So this can include paying fees, meeting certain qualifications, or agreeing to abide by specific guidelines. It's a simple application process, which you can fill out online and submit as instructed. And then there's 2 packages at the moment that you can choose from. There's the PNN broadcasting bundle where you can broadcast on all the platforms that Amanda was talking about earlier, Spotify, YouTube, all those channels, and be able to get your name and your business out there. And then you have the basic PNN advertising bundle where you can just advertise on our platforms and we can create those advertisements for you as well. And then you want to actively participate. Whenever you're a part of an organization, the more you participate, the more you're going to get out of it. So we ask that once you become a member, that you actively participate in the activities, events, and discussions that we have, and engage in the community in the best way to maximize the benefits of your membership. And then we also may want to set up an interview or discussion to see if this group is a fit for you and your business and how we can help you grow that business. And then you wait for the approval, and after they completed the necessary steps, you may need to wait for your membership to be approved. And then you become a part of this, like I said, amazing group. So it's pretty simple. And, you have anybody that wants to, check us out, invite them and invite them to our next meeting. And that's it.
Awesome. And then next I'll be doing, I'm the guest speaker, Amanda. So as I mentioned before, I am a realtor for residential real estate in Southwest Florida. I originally started in New Jersey, so now some of my specialty has become people who are out-of-state owners or investors, or people who are coming from New Jersey to Florida or other states to Florida. So today I wanted to go over some points of what exactly is the point of having a realtor. A lot of people think they can do it on their own, and they want to know, what's the point? What's the point of having this person? Is it necessary to have them help me sell or buy my home? So I'm going to break it down into 3 steps just to keep it simple and explain what I do personally for my clients. So those 3 steps will be preparing my clients for the purchase or sale, guiding them through the process of their home purchase or listing their home is number 2, negotiating and getting the deal under contract and closed is number 3. So we'll start with number 1. This happens at the beginning of the process. This is where most of the detail taking comes into play. So this is how I prepare my clients for their sale or for their buy. So the first thing I do with my clients is I have a thorough conversation with them about all of the details of the process from beginning to end. So the average person isn't aware of everything and everyone involved in a real estate transaction, which kind of like what Ricky mentioned about the FHA and the requirements. Some people don't even know what FHA means or what the requirements are. So it's my job to make sure that all those little details are explained to my clients so that they know what's going to happen during the transaction. The next thing I'll do is have a conversation about exactly what my clients are looking to do. So we'll go over their goals, such as their time frame, their budget, their search criteria, their reasons for their move or for their sale. So for an example, if someone is selling their home to downsize for their retirement, which begins in 6 months, their goals are going to be a lot different than someone who's looking to move out of state before the new school year ends. So I have to kind of think that it's very important for me to get to know and understand what my clients' goals are to make sure that we reach them. Seller goals tend to be more focused on the money, the amount, the profit from the sale, obviously. It's more about the dollar sign and also the timeline. Now the buyers, it tends to be a little bit more detailed. They have a little bit, it's more complex. They need more out of it. Like what kind of features are they looking for in the home? Is there a certain distance they need to be from schools or work? Or maybe certain family members. Some people like to be close to hospitals and some people like to be close to parks. It just all depends. So even the inside of the house, the layout and all of that. So there's lots of specifics that I need to discuss with my buyers to help them find that specific home that they need. Another important step in this beginning process is to go over the expectations. I feel like setting expectations is so important. I mean, this goes for life in general. You should always have your, I shouldn't say that because sometimes you don't want to have too big of expectations. But in this case, I set up my clients with expectations. So I need to go over what their must-haves are, what their numbers are, what their, limits or amount that they want to spend or get from the purchase or sale of their home. And it's my job as the realtor, and this is what separates me from others too, is to be honest, to let them know what to expect in the current market. So it's also my job to know the market, right? So let me give you an example. If a seller wants to list his home for $500,000, but the actual value of the home is $300,000, it's my job to break it down and actually show him the actual value of that home. I don't want to just say, no, your home is not worth this much, it's worth this much. I want to show it. So I'll do a market analysis. I'll show them comps and really break it down so they can see exactly why their house should sell for this amount and not this amount. But there's other things that go into play as well. Are they looking to sell in, a couple weeks, or are they looking to sell in 6 months? Are they looking to sell in, most people are looking to sell quickly, but that's also going to determine how we price the sale of their home. So there's a lot of different things, and I want to set them up with the correct expectations for whatever's going on in the market at that moment. An example for the buyer would be, let's say their budget is $280,000 and they're looking in Southwest Cape Coral for a home that's walking distance to a school. It's a highly desired school, and they want a pool property as well. I need to prepare them and let them know that to find something in their actual budget in that location, they're going to have an older home or a home with no pool, and set them up for the expectation of what to look for. And I'll also let them know too, that if they do want to still have that home with a pool next to a good school, they will have to move the location maybe to like Northeast Cape or something like that. So it's my job to learn and understand the current market, and I'm constantly studying it and working in it, which helps. So this is especially important too for the investors and the out-of-state clients, because they're depending on me a lot more even to keep them updated on the current market because they're not physically here. So it is a lot of responsibility, but I do thoroughly go through the process with them and research the market and make sure that they're getting a good deal. So that's another reason why it's very important to have a realtor that you can trust and rely on to get you through that. And the second thing that I do for my clients, now that I got prepared for the process, set up their expectations, is we go over and we've gone over what to expect in the market, we can start shopping or listing for homes. So this part is a little bit easier. For buyers, I'll set them up with their automatic email. I'll go over their, put their search criteria in there. I'll have listings email them to daily so they can stay on top of the market and see what's going on. Clients also love to do their own research, so they can send me their, what they find on Zillow and Realtor.com, and I can, look that up on the MLS and see what's actually available. Then it's also my responsibility to get them into showings. So a regular buyer needs the realtor to get into the house because we have access to the whole system. And it's also my job for like the out-of-state people, to be honest, if they can't see it, I have to go in and see it myself for the showings, and they're trusting my opinion. So again, that trust factor is there as well. My opinion of the price, or exactly what they're using it for, if it's an investment or whether they want to live there. It's my job to make sure I'm giving them my honest, I want to say opinion, but it's actually facts, because I'm just using the comp analysis for all of this. And the knowledge of the market. So it's my job to be professional and honest about the properties that I'm showing my clients. And again, this is very important for out of state, but also in state. The same thing goes for when I'm listing a property. So it's my job to be honest about the value. I'm not just trying to get the listing and overprice it, and then I can't deliver with the timeline that they want to sell the house. So I'm always going to tell you, no, this is what it's actually worth, and this is how fast we can sell it if we list it at this price or this price. But it's very important for me to show you as well. I can't emphasize that enough. Like, I can't just tell you that this is the price. I'll actually show you with our comp analysis report. So keep in mind, I'm just covering the basics here. My clients will have a lot of questions along the way, and I'm always fully available to them to answer those questions and guide them through the process. I usually give them a little summary in the beginning, but then along the way, answer all of the questions. That's my job as your realtor, your guide. So after the search and we've moved on to under contract and close process, both buyers and sellers go through steps, but on different ends. And it's very important to have your realtor through those stages. So as your realtor, my job is to negotiate on your behalf and close a deal that meets all of your goals that we discussed earlier about buying and selling. So it's my job to make sure that happens at the price that you want. If there's a buyer, that might be negotiating, if it's a buyer, we might be negotiating things like the seller's concession, closing costs, a credit for repairs that you may want to be done, price adjustments, after the appraisal is complete, those kind of things. Again, I'm just giving you a few examples because there are many things that we need to negotiate, and that's very specific to each transaction and each client's needs. If you're a seller, my negotiating might look like counter offering for better terms or better price, or the terms maybe like a faster closing or no credits or repairs that will be made. Or if it's the sale is contingent upon finding a new home to buy. So again, negotiating will be very specific to the client's needs from their sale. And the next step, as the realtor, it's my job to help the sellers choose an offer and the buyer submit a final offer. And I can guide them, but the ultimate decision is always up to the client. I can guide you, I can show you, the facts from the market, but the ultimate decision is always going to be the clients. So once we're accepted and under contract, it's my job to make sure that we get to the closing table. How do I do that? I make sure the inspections are scheduled. This is all stuff that you need a realtor to do for you, because trust me, you don't want to do it. Make sure inspections are scheduled, issue any final negotiations. With the appraisal as well, that comes up later. It's my job to stay on top of the lender and the title company and make sure that our commitments come in on time. I stay in constant contact with the lender and push them to get the final clear to close. I stay in constant contact with my clients, updating them every step of the way. I'll go over the extra steps to get the deal closed. Any obstacles I'm not afraid of. My job, I am big on just getting the deal closed and doing whatever it takes to do that. So unless, of course, it's not a good deal, then in that case, we wouldn't have got into it anyway. So it's basically my job as a realtor to guide my clients through the entire transaction and provide them with the knowledge and support and current market details they need in buying or selling their home. So again, you need a realtor to do all of these steps for you. It's so much more involved, but you know, once you're in it, you'll experience that, and you'll be very grateful to have a realtor on your transaction. So as your realtor, like I always say, it's my job to help my clients find their specific needs and wants when they're buying or selling their home, and also to provide the knowledge and guidance basically throughout the whole transaction, beginning to the end. And it's huge for them to be able to trust me. So I'm gonna open that up if you guys have any questions. Oh, Ricky has his hand up.
Of course I do. Great presentation. Thank you for the information on exactly what you do. So, you know, obviously being in the real estate industry as well, I kind of know the ins and outs, but how many comps do you normally provide when a client is interested in a specific property? You know, what's a fair amount?
I'll usually do 3. If they need more than that, then I'll do 5, because you don't want to get too many, because then it's like you start comparing too much. You want to get the 3 most similar properties and show them that. And like if it's a client who's still having trouble, then I'll get 3 that are exactly alike, 3 that are way above, and 3 that are way below. Like it just depends again on the client's how they, I can't think of the word, but how they absorb it, I guess.
Right. Understood. And,
But
you
3
know,
is good.
obviously one thing to understand when, you know, going into this process, you know, if you have or have not ever seen an appraisal report, remember the appraisal at the end of the day, it's not set in stone. It's the opinion of one man or woman doing the appraisal. It's the appraiser's opinion. So if you ever get the report and you hit Control F and search the document, you see the word opinion like 64 times throughout the entire document. Because, you know, it's an opinion. So it's good to have those comparables. Now, I was going to ask something else. What are your thoughts when it comes, and what's your opinion when it comes to, you know, agents working both sides of the transaction, or a client saying, hey, I don't have anybody, right? So, you know, like, I don't know anybody, I'm new to the area. And what do? They look at the listing and they call it a listing agent right off the MLS.
Right. Well, actually, here in Florida, you are not allowed to do that. In New Jersey, you're
Okay.
allowed to be on both ends, because I've done that several times, but it's tricky because you have to be fair to both sides. And at the end of the day, like for myself personally, I made it work, because now, okay, I understand I have to represent you both fairly. So it was like back and forth, but not everyone is like that. So I do personally recommend getting somebody on the other end to represent you, because you want someone who's fighting for your team, and you know they want someone who's fighting for their team. So it's just better that way. I think that's why in Florida it's not like that. So like, say if someone comes to one of my listings and says, you know, I don't have a realtor, what do? I'll just contact someone from my office and say, hey guys, somebody can take this client. They need somebody to, you know, be their realtor.
It's good. I like that. I personally like that idea. Obviously not everybody is on the up and up in this business. So
Right.
I personally do, you know, unless I really know the agent and I know they're going to do well by them,
Right.
you know, 8 out of 10 times, it's just, you know, they're going to pull strings some way or another.
Right.
Whether it's by
yeah.
raising the purchase price, or getting, you know, having them waive an inspection or something like that. I personally also believe it's better to be represented by 2 different people.
Right. And like, I know I always say, like, you know, the main goal is to get it closed, but like, you don't want to just get it closed to get it closed. You want to get it closed so that everybody gets what they want out of the transaction. So yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Melinda has a question.
Yeah, I have a quick question. So when it comes to the out-of-state clients that you have, are you like doing a FaceTime, letting them see the properties as you're touring them, or how do you handle that situation?
So different clients like different things. I have some that I use WhatsApp usually. That's like the easiest one to do videos and all that. So they'll do the FaceTime if they're available. They like to do that, but then I'll also do videos so that they have that to keep. And then some want pictures as well. So, but I do like that. I like to do the video, and I'll talk through my videos just so I can explain or say, oh, this is, whatever. And, I'm very honest. So if I'm like, oh, we'll have to get that fixed, I'll say it in the video and I'll send that. And then I'll take the pictures that I want to take there too. But the video is really helpful because then I can explain as I'm going through like things that I want them to pay attention to later. And then the FaceTime is good. And I do that with clients, but I feel like the video is important too, because then they can look back at it. So yeah, it just depends. Kim?
So I know that you probably can't answer this question, but we know the trend with the housing market has gone crazy.
Mhm.
Do you see any changes, significant changes in the near future in regard to cost of housing or availability of housing? I know there's, a shortage of, you know, supply out there, as for lack of a better word, of houses for people to purchase.
Right.
Especially with the interest rates out of control. So do you see any kind of change in that kind of trend of where the houses will start coming down, or they're going to get more expensive before it starts coming down, something like that?
So right now, like, yeah, it has come to like, almost a halt, but because, but the sellers are still trying to sell, some sellers are still trying to sell their homes, which is helpful. So I do, and this again is just my personal opinion. I'm not, I can't tell the future, but I think, and what I've had with my last few clients is that it's not they're not listing the prices lower, but people are getting better deals because there's no one out there buying the property. So, and if they're having a mortgage, like, I feel like the sellers are being more like, okay, I understand you don't want to spend $4,000 when you should be spending $2,000 because of the interest rate or because of the price of the home itself. So there is more room, and there's definitely more negotiating room for buyers. You can get a seller's concession now, you can get repairs now, at least here in Florida, Southwest Florida, I've seen that. But there's still a lack of inventory that's still pretty low. So what I think is going to happen is the prices are going to have to come down, and people who are going to have to sell, it's going to continue to be better for the buyers. As far as the interest rates, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I mean, I hope that they come down, but can't predict that one.
No. Thank you.
And when they do come down, guess what's going to happen? Price of the home is going to go back up because now people can afford more, right? Lower interest rate, people can afford, but inventory will open up. If the interest rates drop, realistically,
Right.
do people that listen, COVID ruined everything. I want to say, to in the history of mortgages and interest rates, it was at an all-time low. I think the lowest rate I saw at one point was like 1.99% paying 2 points. If I had a house back then, I would have paid 2 points and got 1.99%. I've never heard of that before. Everybody I know is anywhere between 2.25% and 3.5%. So do these people that have a 3% mortgage really want to refinance and go to an 8% mortgage? No. They're buying home, they're doing a home equity lines of credit, and everybody in between, like me, I'm at 4.75. I can't go nowhere. I'm stuck. I ain't refinancing. I'm not doing cash out. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my low interest rate and be a good boy and pay it every single month. So, and we won't see any improvement in the market realistically until inflation stops. Right. We have a little, like I said before, we have a little bit of improvement right now with the things going on in the Middle East, but who knows how long that's going to go on for. What is it going to do to oil prices? Because that's the next thing, right? Maybe oil goes up. I'm glad I locked in my rate on that too. So, but historically, when interest rates drop, more inventory will open up because people will be a little bit more open what's the word? Um, accepting a 5% mortgage rate, right? Rather than an 8% mortgage rate, especially if they have a 3 or 3.5% interest rate. I'm like, all right, I could deal with 5. Let's go find another house.
Well, the good thing about Southwest Florida too is that so many properties were, not the good thing, but kind of good thing, but so many properties were ruined from like the hurricane damage and all that stuff. So the inventory here as far as listings will definitely increase because people are renovating their homes and rebuilding. And those are the ones you're seeing on the market, or the stuff that's being sold that you can renovate it yourself. So it'll still be moving for a little bit. Whitney, did you have anything? And then we'll wrap it up.
No questions. I thank you. That's very valuable. You know, I just went through the home buying process about a little over a year ago with Ricky as my mortgage person, and you know, just the struggles, and there's always going to be these unexpected things that you think you can handle it all, but I think you're right about having a realtor and having good people to help you through that complicated process.
Awesome. All right, so let's wrap that up. Thank you guys for listening and participating. That was fun.
Thank you.
And we have a motivational video to end our meeting with. And I think
No,
Phil
I didn't
has.
choose a video, or unless Phil did.
No, I think Bill has one.
Okay.
Yes, he does. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, we
Hold
can
on,
just
let me. I was trying to find one earlier that
Alright.
wasn't way too long. Let's see if I can find this real quick.
Not, we can do our quote sharing.
Yeah.
I got rid of the quote because
Oh, I like the quotes. Let's do that. That's good.
Yeah,
let's see if I can find the
everybody
quote.
pick a quote.
All right. I'm gonna go with one I always kind of grew up with. It was I had it on a No Fear t-shirt. If you guys remember those t-shirts, she
Yeah.
knows. back in elementary school, but it you know, it had a basketball logo on it, but it actually you can apply it to any facet of life, and that's you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, plain and simple. So don't miss out on taking a shot. I'm a big believer, and I probably get this from my mom, probably the strongest woman I know, who's gone through tremendous loss and has not had it easy with us kids either growing up, who does not let anything stop her. You know, she recently just went on a cruise to Alaska by herself, dream vacation. Didn't wait for anybody. She just went on a dream vacation by herself. She went for 3 weeks, and you know, did she want people to go with her? Yeah, but she wasn't going to let her stop it. So whether you're thinking about taking a shot, going out of business, or investing in the market or something, don't listen. If you fail, it's okay. You try again, but you are going to miss 100% of the shots if you don't take one.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I just found one that I like. It's believe you can and you're halfway there. It's a short one, but it just is like the mindset where if you think you can, or not think you can, if you know you can, then you can and you'll do it. So I think that's important.
I like it.
I have one from one of the I've read so many psychology books and self-help books, and I think where it started was time management and studying time management. Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy, and one of the quotes that has always stuck with me is there's never enough time for everything, but there's always enough time for the most important things.
That is very true.
And I think I've said this a number of times, and it, you know, of course, it always falls back to, you know, we talk about time management. We also need to worry about money management. So you need to learn how to make money while you sleep, right? I teach that to my clients all the time. You know, how can you keep making money instead of constantly trading time for money. So people go to work every day from 9 to 5 and they're trading their time for money, right? So what we teach people is how to not give up your time but still make money. And there's so many ways out there that you can do it. You just need to take the time to look at it, because people just fall into that rut of, having that mindset of going to work every day and I get my paycheck at the end of the week and never striving to do better, or, and then when it's time to retire, it's like, okay, this is the money I have to retire. And you see people are still working well into their 80s because they can't afford to retire. So, we have to have a different mindset when it comes to, finances, and being able to look into the future and say, this is the kind of, like Ricky said, his mom took a dream vacation. When I retire, I want to travel. I want to do things that right now I can't do because I'm working all the time. So, I work hard now but I know, and I have my eye on the future and saying, this is how I want that to look. So I got to figure out what I got to do now in order to be able to achieve that. So we have to always find different ways to, especially as entrepreneurs, is to find ways to make money, or find ways to, when it comes to money multiplying, right? Is multiply the money that we have so that we don't have to work so hard.
Melinda, do you have one, or?
I do. There's one by Francis of Assisi that start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. That one I love, because especially when you start maybe with limiting beliefs, and you
Right.
just start those baby steps and just keep doing those baby steps, and then you never know where you'll end up. So that's one of the things that I love in helping people to be able to do. So you can start where you are. You don't have to try to look on the future even so much. Start where you are,
Right.
get a direction, and start where you are, and then let's keep going.
Awesome. I like that one. All right. I think we all got a good quote in there. So we can wrap this up. I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining our meeting with us today. Thank you to our awesome members. And if you would like to be a member, just reach out to us. We would love to help you grow your network, promote your business with us, build your network here, and we can collaborate, motivate, and do all of that fun stuff together. So thanks again for joining the Phoenix National Network family, and we hope to see you come join us next week.
Download the app.
Download the app.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good
Have a
day.